Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Bias Reports, Daily Bias Report. Right. So let's just dive into it immediately. Okay. So earlier today, we spoke about the DXY, right? And right now, if you check the daily time frame, you see that we're still within this range, right? High and low, right? So as long as we're within this range, price could still go down, right? To see price continue upwards, we need to break this bearish structure, right? So we have another block here that needs to be broken. Right now, price is trading inside that other block. So if we're going to go down, we're going to go down from this other block. If we're going to go up, we have to invalidate this other block and close above it, right? And then wait for a pullback to then get in and then continue higher, right? And on the 4 hour, I said I wanted to see price close above this high. And right now, we're just dilly-dallying around. But even if we close above this high, that doesn't mean we're switching to bullish, right? But it's just a sign that, okay, this market could be changing because the overall structure high is this high here, right? So until this high is taken, we're still within the bearish range, right? We're still within the bearish range. So I'll be a bit cautious of, drawing conclusions here of saying, oh, price has changed and all that. No, until we um, break above this high and this high. Okay, so let's use this place as an example, right? We had price trading lower, right? Price swept liquidity, dumped, then came all the way to sweep again before breaking lower, right? And we did the same thing here. Price pulled back into the zone, broke this high again, then dumped lower. So we could see that same thing happening here. Price could trade higher above this and tag this zone and then come back down again, right? That's why I said if you want to see, if you want to know if this bearish trend has ended, you need to see price trade above this place and close above this high. Once price closes above this high, then we're now bullish, right? And all you have to do is wait for price to, you know, close above this high, right? Give you a pullback and then you just go. And mind you, if price closes above this high, we might not get a deep pullback, right? We might not get a deep pullback. We might just get a tag of this 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 zone here, right? We might just get a tag of this zone and then continue higher, right? So that's just what's happening on DXY. Let's see what the weekly candle looks like at the moment. Yes, yeah. And look at the daily candle. And yeah, okay. This was yesterday's candle. So let's see how today plays out, okay? Let's move on to other pairs. For gold, I noticed I skipped gold, right? I was going through the video and I noticed I had skipped gold, right? Gold consolidated the whole of yesterday, right? We're just chopping and changing like that, right? But ideally, I wanted to see price trade back down. Remember, we had that sweep the previous week and then price broke to the top, right? Now, the plan was to see price trade lower back into this, right? And then continue higher. Yes, so we're still within this range, right? So the goal was to see price trade into this zone and then continue higher. Now, even if we've tagged this zone, I still think once we take this high, right? Once we take this high, we've shifted structure. This high. That will be the high to make the change minds, right? All right, now we have this, yeah, this for fair value gap, but we need to see price trade above this and then come back and do some sort of a sweep, right? So right now we're trading within this range, high, sorry, low, high, lower, low, right? So we have from here down to this point as the new leg, right? But I need to see price trade above this side aggressively to then change my mind and then target these highs, right? Because like I said the previous week, um, these highs are all liquidity, right? They are all liquidity. They are all liquidity. Price is just setting this up and it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. We could come all the way to this top to mitigate this to then continue lower, right? So we could trade all the way from here to mitigate this, then continue lower. Or if you check here as well, we have another set of um, liquidity, right? Because we haven't really taken any high. We haven't taken any high. So let's see how price reacts from here though when it gets here, first of all, right? Let's see. If we get a break, then we might look um to get an entry or something. But depending on, let's see, uh, yes. So you see, from this high to this low, this is 50%, and this is below 50%, right? So we could see price, we could see price, we could see price trading higher to take all these highs and even sweeping this high as well to then trade into this zone, right? And then come back down. It might not be this deep, it might be here, right? Or really after sweeping the zone, right? It might be here. And then price will come back down, right? Yes, 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 yes. I mean, the new bullish leg. I wish we had taken this low here, but we don't know what price will do. So let's just observe and then react accordingly, okay? We're in no rush to make any decision, or I'm in no rush to make a forecast. Exactly. Right. I'm not here to forecast price, the direction of price. All right. I just use the idea I have about how the market moves to, basically just read price action and get a fair idea of where price would likely go towards. And once that direction is confirmed, then I can look to benefit or get involved, right? So that's basically it. Let me go through. Yes, okay. Let me quickly go through this. So, oh, okay. Yeah, so I think we're just about starting this new bullish move, right? So we reacted off of this fair value gap and other block here, right? We reacted off of it, and price failed to go back down, right? Yeah. Let's see, let's see. Right, let's see. Yeah, so initially I wanted to see price trade back into this zone. Yes, so I'll be very comfortable taking gold trades if we come back to sweep this low here at some point. You know, maybe we do something like this, trade above this high, come back to sweep this low, and then continue higher. Right? I just want to see a liquidity grab on gold. Yeah, I don't want to get involved and then put my stop loss here. No, I want to see this low taken out. Yes, because this low could be targeted later on, right? So that's basically it. Um, let's go to EU. For EU, yes. So I said two possible scenarios could happen, right? One is if we get a close above this high here, and we never got the close, price just traded to it. It didn't close. We didn't get a candle closure, a candle closure above this high, right? That's why you need to see, I keep saying it, that you need to see a body close, right? Because price could actually trade up to this point, right? And you see price here already, and you say, oh, we're already trading above this high, so I can look to get in. No, it could be a manipulation, right? It could be a manipulation. Sometimes price can just trade higher and then go back down, right? It can do that. So you need to wait to see how this candle closes, right? If it closes above this high and it closes with let's say you see this, the length of this candle. Yes, if you see something like this above this high here, that should give you a sign that, okay, the market is about to reverse, right? And then you wait, you don't get in immediately, because overall this short-term trend here is not done. But that sign, the break above this place, is the first telltale sign that, okay, the trend might be ending. The short-term reversal, the short-term retracement might be ending, right? I mean, we have trends and trends and trends and trends and trends and trends, right? The overall trend on EU right now is bearish for now, right? It's bearish. So You have to make sure that you see certain things in price first before you get involved, right? And I also said that, okay, if we don't get that and then we tag this place and we continue lower, this is the place I would like to see price react off, right? This zone here, and on the daily, this gap, right? And then I wanted to see price trade into this gap and then continue higher. Now, another thing you need to understand is, and I said the invalidation point for this overall zone is this low. So if we're getting price trade, if we get price to trade, if price trades below this low, the longs are invalidated, and we just have to wait for price to give us some sort of a retracement back into the zone. So if we see price trading to this low and then closing below this low, and what happens is, if it's going to close below this low, right, it could also close below this low as well, which gives you proper confirmation, right? Because they are very close. They're very close. So you could see price close below this low as well, right? And when that happens, you just relax. You don't rush to say, oh, price is going. No, price will definitely break. Even if it breaks below this point, you wait because you're going to get another pullback, right? And it's on this pullback that you can look to sell. I mean, when you see price breaking below this point, you could, once you see price breaking below this point, there are ways you could enter, right? But it'll be a bit risky because we just broke structure. So price could start retracing immediately. You never know, right? So just entering blindly wouldn't help because again, this is the discount zone of this range, right? And you don't sell in discount. You always sell in premium and buy in discount, right? So you have to wait for price to pull back into premium, yeah, the premium size of this range, and then you can now sell to then target this highs or this lows or whatever low is created here, right? Or even go lower, right? So that's it. You just have to be patient, right? In the market, you don't have to get a trade every day, right? You don't have to get a trade every day. You don't have to get a trade every day, right? I mean, some people might be waiting. This low, I said when I did the weekly outlook, I said I needed to see, I would love to see price take this low because it gives me um, more confidence when there is no liquidity remaining, right, for the market to come back. So now, if we see price trading above this high, so we've taken this low, right? If we see price trade back above this high, I mean, by all means, you could, get involved, and then we look to, you could get in, you could get involved on the pullback to then see price going higher to, take this high and even this high as well, right? So that's it. You just have to wait and be patient, right? So right now there are two scenarios that could possibly happen. We could see price trade above this high, right? So if we see price trading above this high, You see price trading above this high, that's your sign to get involved, right? That's your sign to get involved. Now we've swept liquidity. So if price is coming back to take this high, then very well, you could just take it. Take it, your stop loss placed here, right? You target this high, or you wait for the pullback and then you drop to a lower time frame and you get your entry here as well, right? And then you aim for this highs, right, as uh your target, your take profit, right? Okay, so that's basically it on EU. I mean, don't forget we could also uh come down to break this low, right? Because the overall trend is still bearish, right? So since the overall trend is still bearish, this could be the start of or the continuation, right? The start of the continuation of the bearish trend, right? Because we had this little pullback here, which for me, I think this is not enough, right? It's not enough. I'm still hoping to see price trade higher. But again, you need to understand something too. These are signs of a consolidation market. We will be sweeping highs and sweeping lows and sweeping highs and sweeping lows and sweeping highs. But even as at that, we could also still read price, right? Like I'm doing right now. I could, even if we're in a consolidation, I can still read price, right? The direction of price. So right now, we've swept liquidity. So there are only two possible things that could happen. Price goes up, breaks this high, right? And then we continue higher. To trade short, okay, so because we need to either go long or go short, right? So to go long, we need to see price break above this high, right? Then we wait for the pullback and then tag along, right? When to go short, we need to see price break below this low, right? To go short, we need to see price break below this low. We get the pullback and then we continue lower, right? So that's basically it, right? That's basically it. And remember, the break here is just what confirms the 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 bearish trend, right? It means okay, heading for we could be heading for the continuation of this bearish trend, right? So let's keep this at the back of our mind, right? Two possible scenarios, right? I mean, we could still see price trade and close inside this range, right? But I mean, that's also on the table anyway, because just see price consolidate. It means if we have a very slow day today, sorry, not tomorrow, today, right? So let's go to GU. GU, when I looked at GU, I was like, I wasn't confident, right? I wasn't confident of saying we'll take any trades here, but I said for us to get involved and continue this bullish move, we need to see price close above this. I mean, you're going to hear me say this a lot, right? You're going to hear me say this a lot. And it's what helps me, make decisions on what to do, right? Now, ideally, I would have loved to see price tag this zone. Like I said yesterday, you need to see price tag here, then on the pullback, we continue. But if we're going to continue higher just off this sweep of this low here, then like I just I mean, if you keep listening to me like this, in a matter of weeks, right, you could also read price the way I do. We need to see price now close above this, even if this will be a bit risky because we're leaving this could be liquidity, right, being set for this zone, right? And when you enter from here, price could just trade higher, come back, sweep this low into this zone. right? All these things happen in price. They do, right? So for me to confidently take this long, I would like to see price trade back into this zone here, right? I would like to see price trade back into this zone here for G to take longs. And for shorts, I would like to see price trade below this low and break this low, right? And if it breaks this low, it will definitely break, it might just break this low as well, right? So not definitely, I'm just, right? It's the market, it does what it wants to do. So we could break this low, right? And then we'll just wait for a pullback at some point and then we continue lower, right? So that's why I'm not really bothered about getting short and going long around this area. I need to see certain things in price before I make that decision. And right now I'm not seeing it. So I'm just on the sidelines, waiting and watching and, you know, waiting for price to give me something, right? I'm not, even if I am anticipating price to trade above this, I know that there's another possibility of price trading below. So I wouldn't just place my entry here blindly, right? Put my stop loss here blindly when I know price could also trade lower, right? When I know price could also trade lower. So that's it. So for me, I would like to see higher prices on G. I would love to, right? I would love to, because this is just, it's just super, super nice having this here and watching to see what GU will do, right? This high it's very juicy. I know a lot of people have placed their stop loss here. They think, oh, price is coming down, and they've left it. Like I've said, if you're still in a trade and your stop loss is here, please break even, book some profit, right? I mean, from here to here is over 100 pips, right? You could be very well in profit, right? So if you are still in a trade, please put your stop loss um, below your entry, which is break even, right? Put your stop loss below your entry, right? One of the most important things in Forex is capital preservation. You need to be, um, you need to be aggressive when it comes to protecting your capital, right? Because if you lose all your capital on one trade, when there's a better opportunity, how then do you participate, right? So let's just watch out for these scenarios and see which one plays out. So moving to the next pair, AUD, yes, I was anticipating a pullback into the zone, but this pair is massive, like really strong. It's barely doing anything here, right? But if you look at this, this is like a bearish order block, right? We broke above it. Now price is trading into it. We might not get the deeper retracement, right? We might just see price um, continue off of this, right? So we've tagged this already here. This is where the candle ends. So we tag this and then we just continue to the upside. Now, if we're going to do that, right, then we'd have to drop to a lower time frame to then see. But for me, I would anticipate price sweeping liquidity of some sort. I would like to see price to, sweep this low. Yeah, this low. I'd like to see this low go. So for me to participate in AU, I would love to see, even if we've had this break, yes, but But in this overall bearish pullback or something, right? I need to see price trade lower into this zone, right? Even if I would love to see it trade back here. This would have been the ideal place, but because of the strength of the currency, I doubt it, right? So if we get a trade below this low, right? Before this low, we could then wait to see if price will go back above. Right? If it does, then you can tag and then continue higher, right? We can tag and then continue higher, right? So we can either do this, right? We can no, I need this one. So we can either do this, sweep this low, break above this high, right? And then continue higher, or we could also come back down into this zone here, right? We could see price trade back into this zone and then give us this in price, right? So two possible scenarios here, right? We could see price trading back lower into this zone and then giving us the break of structure and all that. Okay, so that's basically it. That's basically it. Right. That's basically it. So for and oh okay. Imagine this pair is just crazy. This pair is crazy. So here I said we could see two things happen, right? So this one has already played out. We were here when I did the weekly outlook, and I said I needed to see price trade lower into this, right? This one traded lower into it, but AU did not even bother, right? Just it didn't bother trading lower because it's very strong right now. Like the macro data for AU is massive. So the pair is very strong, right? It's very, very strong at the moment. So um, for NU, we're already trading above this. So I don't know. One of the reasons why I don't want to trade NU is because of this massive gap here, right? We've not had any meaningful pullback, and we're due to have that at some point. Or price will never come down, and then we'll just start selling, right? So that's basically it. What then happens is, you see, within this range now, right? We need to see price break this low right now as it is. We need to see price break this low to confirm a bearish uh, structure shift, market structure shift, right? Or a change of character, or what is it, whatever it is you call it, right? We need to see price trade below this low, right? Because we're still in this range, right? This is low and this is the high, right? We've not traded above it. But if we, like this low now, if we had swept this low and then price goes to take the high, right? We now have a new zone here, and it would have been much better using that to judge if the market is now, going back into its bearish trend. But right now, where the market is, we need to use this low. This is the only low that confirms if we are shifting to bearish. All right, so there's nothing much to do on this pair, because I mean the only trade I would have recommended just played out. So it's already out. It's already out. So I mean, and we're too close to the top, right? We're too close to the top. We don't buy in uh we don't buy in premium. We buy in discount, right? So even this was a risk, right? It was a risky trade, right? It was a risky trade. The only way I would have gotten into this is after price had tagged this, right? This gap here, right? Price tagged it. So let's go to the lower time frame. I would have gone to like maybe 5 minutes, yes, and then watch for this. So watch this. This is my signature. I don't know if you guys remember. So we had high, no, low, high, lower, low. Then we broke this high, right? Once we broke this high, price traded back into it. Even if you didn't tag this high, what you could have, you know, right? So this is where I would have gotten involved, right? It's once this candle closes, because this is NU, this thing is not much, right? You cover your low here, 15 pips. I mean, 1:1. We're not even there yet, right? Can't get 1:2 at the moment. It's quite low, but let's see if we could have gotten something on. No, we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have. We wouldn't have. I mean, if you judiciously follow this, we could have, right? Because if you check, yes, we had a tag here. So it's basically the same thing, right? We had a tag there. Yes, we did. We did. So we could have gotten something out of this, right? The stop loss here. This is even lower, 15, right? And then almost 1:2. Almost. You're almost there. So almost there. Almost there. You would have gotten your 1:2 at some point right now. Right. So that's it. For now, NU, I'm not going to recommend anything. I'm only going to look to trade NU. In fact, I won't trade NU. I don't actively trade it. I just do the analysis uh yeah, for the sake of you guys. For USD Chef, we've had same thing as in the dollar, right? We've not broken above this high yet. So we're still overall short-term bearish, right? And ideally, I would love to see price trade lower or anyway, right? But if we break above this high, it means price is going up. Even when we break above this high here, right? Once we break above this high, you should look to maybe take advantage of this, the pullback around this side. If you get what's it called? Your entry signature, right? If you get it here, then you can just join and then target the highs, you know. Yeah. So for NAS are not okay. So for NAS, I didn't do any analysis on this pair because um I think we're top heavy at the moment. So okay. So we have this on NAS, right? We've had this bearish trend, right? We've had this bearish trend for some weeks now, right? We've had this bearish trend for some weeks now. And this is SMT, right? So yeah, SMT. This one is even playing out. I don't remember the last time I visited this pair, but it's playing out accordingly, right? I said I needed to see a break above this, and we have SMT, right, with this. So we have a higher high and a lower high, which then means if I'm going to trade any of these pairs, I'm going to focus on NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ 100. So I'll be focused on NAS 100. So this is what I'll look to do. I'll look to take the position here. I would like to see what price does around this fair value gap, right? This is daily fair value gap. So I like to see price trade back into this, either the fair value gap or the other block, right? And then we continue lower to then come take this low because these are equal lows. So this is a low, very low hanging fruit, right? And it's very, very ideal to target this, right? So, in fact, as a matter of fact, this would be one of my trades for the week. Yeah, just set up nicely. Let's see. So I just put an alert here so that once price trades back above yesterday's high, right? Um, I know what to do. I'll come here and then drop to my 1 hour to see how price then reacts around here. So I'm expecting to go short on this market. This is the overall trend from this high to this low. Yes, 50%, right? Just above the daily fair value gap. Press it, right? Press it, press it. So we need to see price trade above this high here. So Friday and Monday's highs. We need to see price trade above those highs. And then we react, right? We react. Yeah, we need to see what price does. But it's the same, it's the same thing. It's the same thing here as well. It's the same thing here as well. It's the same thing here as well. We have this other block here. Price swept liquidity before breaking this low. So we could then take that low, then target this. Easy, 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 easy. This would be my target. After we back into this one has already played out nicely, right? I was anticipating price to sweep this high right from here. So I wanted to see this in price first before I then decide to get involved in this market. That's why I've not analyzed it for a very long time. So I just left it to do what it wants to do, right? So now that we've gotten this, in fact, initially I said we could sweep this high and this high, right? So that was what I was looking out for. I needed to see price sweep this high or this high as well, right? And I wanted to see um, one of them fail to sweep, right? So this one has failed. It means this one is weaker, right? So I'll be trading, instead of trading um, S&P 500, I'll be trading the NASDAQ, right? So let's see. Yeah. So to get involved in this, I mean, if you look at our the structure is well defined, right? Clearly defined. So you just wait for, we've had this drop here, just wait for the pullback back into the zone. And since this pair is a stronger pair, we might get like a very deeper retracement into this zone here. And then you continue lower. It's as simple as that. If it fails, it fails, right? If it fails, it fails, right? But just follow it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, right? And you see that over time, your wins will be way bigger than your losses. Because, I mean, Forex is a probability game, right? So, yeah, this one too as well. Yeah, this one has been giving us some very funny price action, but I mean, yes. So my last pair would be Bitcoin. So I said I needed to see price trade lower on BTC, and so far we're still around the same place, right? So if we don't get um the pullback and price just continues to go high, then so be it, right? So be it. Then I just wait for price to get to uh, a very reasonable point in this leg, and I look to sell, right? There's no need trying to chase price, getting involved and then getting wrecked when you know all this right here is liquidity, right? There's no need. I won't chase price. And I won't advise you to do same. Don't chase price. Allow price come to you, right? Allow the market come to you. Don't chase it. Okay? So right now, I'm looking at this high right here. We could take this high, and then get the pullback into this zone. So we could take this high. Since we're already close, if we're not going to come back down here, we could take the high, then pull back into the zone to then continue higher before selling again. Or we could, alternatively, we could also not, um, you know, take this high, continue higher, and then sell back again, start selling again. I'm sorry. So that's another thing to look out for. On Yeah, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. It's still the same. So it's still basically the same thing. We could just be waiting for a pullback, right? So we either get this pullback before price gets to these zones. If price gets to these zones, then please forget about this, right? Forget about this. And then just take the short. And when we get here, you need to, you know, it's 50-50. Once price gets here, we either um, violate it or react from it, right? So, I mean, it's 50-50. But for now, I just want to see, I would love to see price come here first before it goes to the top, right? So that I can participate in the trade. But if it's not coming, I don't need to force it. I don't need to force it. I just don't need to get involved here. I can't get involved here. Yeah, I've trained myself to the point where if I'm not getting any trade, I do not force trades, right? I mean, if you want to take a trade here, you could definitely see something. I'm telling you, you will see something. Let's see. Just by looking at this alone, you see, okay, we have this on the daily time frame. So if you go to 30 minutes or 15 minutes, these are like big swings, right? These are big swings. And I'm telling you that I am not willing to get myself involved in this. And some people think I'm crazy. Look at this is the 1 hour time frame, right? These are like big swings, but just from experience alone, I know that this is nothing, right? From this is nothing. When you look at it from the daily time frame point of view, you could see that this is just liquidity forming here to get, you know, so price could take it, come back down and continue, or just go up, right? Once price tags into the bearish point of interest, there's no need looking for longs again, right? There's no need. You just have to wait and adapt and then change your bias. Well, right now, since we are having a bullish retracement, I mean, you could look to take longs, but then when you get in, don't get greedy and say you're going to aim for the skies. No, you just have to take whatever the market gives you and step out and wait for the main move. I'm still bearish on Bitcoin short term. Short term. Yes, I'm saying short term because I know, I feel, I don't know, please. I feel we're close to a reversal point, right, on BTC, in fact, in the crypto market. So from now till October, we could see price reversing and then starting another bullish trend, right? And then we could go from October, or let's say September, October, to new highs, right? I mean, from the next year, well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how this year ends first, right? I don't know. But the good times are coming back, okay? The good times are definitely coming back soon. So, I really want to participate in this new, not new, the new leg up, right? Yeah, that was what I was about to say. The new leg up, I really want to participate. So I'm preparing myself and watching out for what price would do. So we're waiting for, personally, I want to see price trade below this low. Sorry, excuse me. To, get myself ready for the next leg up. So that's all for today, guys. See you again tomorrow. Good luck trading today. Bye.